Hello everyone, this is Nisi Black here. Today is Wednesday and I hope you are having an absolutely marvelous day. I am sitting out on my front porch and let me tell you why that is. Let me flip this around. Okay, there you are. So hey, in the community that I live in, we are replacing the back fence that lines the street in the back. So every place in the house seems like it's so noisy because they're working, they're hammering, they're drilling, they're doing all kinds of stuff. And I like to sit out on the front and have my coffee. So I thought, you know what? This would be a great place to do my scope. It is a beautiful day here in Oklahoma City and the sun is shining. I don't know if you can hear the birds chirping in the background, but it is phenomenal. I am so excited about spring, except for the allergies. You know, the allergies can really get a hold of you. But so it's a beautiful day. So I thought I'd do my scope out here, and I'm only doing it on my phone. I have not gotten my broadcaster yet from Archon, but it's coming. But I really wanted to pay attention to what we be talking about today. So if you're just joining me, I am Nisi Black, Lifestyle and Career Catalyst, and I host a midweek motivation and mind check every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And it's really just to get you back into the swing of things. You know, we start off the week really strong sometimes with all of our goals, our plans, and everything that we want to accomplish. And then sometimes along the way, or some Tuesday evening, somebody says something that does something to us, takes our joy, steals our focus, and we can get off track. So that's what midweek mindset is about. The mind check, checking where you are with your goals, checking where you, am I crooked? I don't look crooked. I look crooked to me. How far back? Am I too close? Am I what? I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Sticking my hand in front of the camera. That's better. That's better. So as I was saying, the midweek motivation and mind check is just to kind of get you back into gear, up and running with the goals, not allow anybody to steal your joy or situation that come up to throw you off your game. That's what the midweek motivation and mind check is about. So how are you doing? If you're joining me, I am Nisi Black. Let me know that you're here by saying where you are, city and state, if you will, and what your handle is on Periscope, so that I can go back through the replay and follow you so that we can keep in touch. Throw me up some hearts, swipe and share, invite followers on Twitter, invite your followers here. I really am working to grow our community so that I can pop in and share some information or tips. But I like for you to talk back to me. And that's what I really enjoy, the hearts, the comments, and everything. I really love going back and looking over that. So if you are watching the replay, I appreciate you taking time out of your Wednesday to join me, and I'm excited to share. So let me tell you how this topic came about. Thinking about whether you're hurting, whether you're hating, or whether you're really just trying to help someone. See, I have a lot of people that I work with or come in contact with every day. I know, right? But listen, most of us have the intention of helping and supporting people. So during this day and time, everything is on social media, you know, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, Periscope, everybody is behind their desktop or their cell phone. They're doing posts, they're doing shares, they're doing tweets, they're doing all of these kind of things. And you come across a lot of different stuff in your feed. And I've come across things in my feed that in my quest to help someone, I would, you know, kind of quietly on the side and say, hey, you know, you're trying to build a brand, you're trying to build a business, you're trying to operate in integrity, and you don't want to come across saying or posting or sharing anything that's going to damage your image, that's going to damage your reputation, that's going to get your clients or your audience to see you in a different perspective. Does that make sense? So, yes, we are all human, and yes, we all vent. But if you are consistently doing things that undermine everything that you are trying to build, it's best to be wise in your choice of post or your choice of what it is that you say. And maybe not what you say, but how you say it. So, I had some opportunities in the past where I have actually reached out to people in my quest to help, and it was met with that I was hating on them. And I really wasn't hating. I was just trying to help. I was just trying to encourage. I was just trying to share. Hello, New York. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. I was trying to help them see that what they were doing is really undermining all of the work that they put forth. So because I was met with such negative feedback, I thought, well, are these people think that I'm really hating on them? Are they really thinking that I am trying to, keep them from succeeding? And so I didn't want them thinking that. So I stopped actually reaching out and offering advice or solutions or giving them feedback on what I saw. But it made me think, how am I coming across? If somebody is coming to me with some constructive criticism, I understand that it has a lot to do with how they perceive that message. And it is important. I understand we all want to be ourselves. We all want to do our thing. We all want to, I am me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be bold, and that's good. But if you're trying to build an empire, you're trying to build a brand, then how you are coming across is going to affect whether or not people want to work with you or not, whether or not people want to engage in you or not. So I really take that seriously. So I started looking at opportunities where people have said things to me, and I have been guilty of it, like, you really don't know anything about me. Keep your funky opinions to yourself. And they were really looking out for my best interest. So when we start talking about what people are coming to us trying to share and trying to be I don't want to say friends, but trying to give you a positive spin on what the world sees when they look at you, what the world hears when they listen to you, then that can really play a part in whether or not your brand grows, whether or not you are effective in reaching the type of people that your message is designed to reach. So kind of here are some examples of whether or not you can determine whether somebody is really trying to help you, whether or not they're really just hating on you, or whether or not they are really just hurting and not understanding. So consider what their motive is with the criticism that they bring to you. What is their motive in sharing with you? Are they coming to you in a way that is caring, or, and I hate to use the word loving because you may not know somebody that's offering you criticism, but consider what their motive is, and stop a minute to think, is what they're saying, does it ring a little bit true? I mean, if you were to look at you standing on the outside, how would you feel about it? Think about what the motive is and their intention. Are they giving you advice that really does make sense? They're not just saying, oh, I wouldn't do that and you shouldn't be doing that, and, in a negative kind of way. Think about that. So I did, and I'm open to any type of criticism. My feelings are not easily hurt. And I can take pretty much anything, as long as I look at it from a perspective that maybe this information can help me. Maybe what they're sharing with me makes a good point. So let me reevaluate what I'm doing. So when you're talking about people that are hurting, there's a lot of times people don't really know how to ask for what it is that they want. They don't really know how to articulate what they need. And maybe they see you doing something over there and they want it. So there's a little bit of envy there. They want it, but they don't know how to make it happen for them. So they're coming to you in a way that maybe you can share a little bit about how you got there, how you got where you are, what they can do to help their dreams come true. Not necessarily that they want what you want, but think about, if they're coming to me, how is it that I can help them see, or maybe explain to them why it is you've done thus and so, to help give them an understanding. There are a lot of people that are hurting. And a lot of people don't know how to do what they need to do to make their lives better. So understand they may be coming to you from that perspective. And if that is true, then offer something that can help. Offer some suggestions to help get them on the right path. Now, I'm really not going to give too much power to the haters because we all know who they are. They don't want nothing. They ain't going to be nothing. They don't want to see you have nothing. And it's just all a big nothing. They rain on your parade. They criticize every single thing you do. They don't have a motive. They just don't want to see you do better, right? So we're not going to focus on the haters. But I want to focus on those that are really trying to help, that are sincere. The motive is pure. Hey there, I can barely see you, but I think you're co-signing with me. And the people that are hurting. See what we can do to kind of help them. So in my quest to help others, I kind of stopped reaching out to people I really didn't know that well because I didn't want them to interpret my criticism or my advice as hating on them. So I'm at a dilemma. Where do you draw the line? Where do you actually decide I'm going to share my advice no matter what? And then judge each person individually on whether or not they're willing to accept that advice or not. That's a fine line. And I'm not quite there yet. So maybe you can give me some feedback on how you do it. But if I know you well enough, I've had some type of relationship with you, we've interacted, we've done business, then by all means, I want to step out and say, that's not really, the thing to do, or maybe you ought to consider doing it this way, or look at how other people. That's a very good point. Ask permission first. Thank you. I will start doing that. And maybe I can phrase it like, I really have something that I like to share. Is it okay for me to share what I thought about thus and so? That's a very good idea. So I think I will do that. And if they say no, then there's no love lost. If they say yes, and then the information that I share is not in alignment with what they want to do, that's okay too. But at least I've made the attempt to try to offer my assistance or provide some constructive type of feedback for them. So I really like that. So my whole thing today about this motivation is really understanding when people are coming to you or when you're going to others with information that can help, or whether you're going with information that is really of no use and is intended to hurt. Think about people's perspective and think about your audience when you're out there sharing and trying to build a brand. If you're not trying to build a business and you're just blogging and you have personal opinions, then cool. But if you're trying to build an empire based on, okay, I'll give you an example. So my brand and my business is about supporting women. And I know there's some guys sprinkled in there too, but the whole objective is to help women overcome fear, past hurts, things that are holding them back from really focusing and moving in the direction of their dreams and their goals, generating some courage and some boldness and some inspiration and creating some tangible plans, executing some tangible plans and ideas and bringing synergy to their business, to their lifestyle, creating that map for their future. So if I'm getting out there and I'm sharing things that are depressing and not uplifting and self-centered, not to say that taking care of self is not important. Taking care of self is definitely important, and it's not selfish, it's not arrogant, it's not cocky to take care of yourself. But if all of my posts and all of my shares are about how broke I am and tired I am and frustrated I am and pissed off I am and I get that way sometimes, but I'm not willing to share all of those intimate details of every single specific instance when I'm pissed off on social media, because my potential audience is out there looking at whether or not I can help them with an area of their life that is my brand promise. So I don't want to do anything that's going to affect my integrity in that space. So if someone comes to me and say, you know what, Nisi, that post you shared really is not in alignment with your brand. Do you want to reevaluate that? Then by all means, I'm going to go and look at that post and think, okay, did I do it out of a frustration? I need to not do that. I need to not do that anymore. I need to get a hold of my emotions and not allow them to rule what I say and what I do, because I am in control of my emotions, and what I do and what I say can actually impact the emotions of someone else. And if I'm feeling careless and hopeless, then those people that I'm trying to serve, the residue is just gonna, affect them too. So that's why I thought about this helping, this hurting, this hating thing. We got to understand what the differences are and know that not everybody that's coming to us is coming to us out of hate. They may be hurting, yes, and we can help them, but they may also be trying to help. They may also be trying to see you grow. They may also have an underlying vetting in your space so that we can excel. They want to see you happy. They want to see your business grow. They want to see you get clients. They want to see you get speaking engagement. They want to see your bank account grow. So they're doing everything they can to help. And if they come to you with something that can actually help, be open to that. Same thing in your workspace. Wow, corporate America, if you're still working at 9 to 5, can be a beast sometimes. We're dealing with different types of personalities. And sometimes you don't know who has your back because you're dealing with them in a workspace. You don't take them home with you. You're not friends with them on social media. You may come across a post or two every now and then. So trying to deal with that can be a little bit touchy. Just be in control of your emotions and understand that you are there for a purpose. You're there at that 9 to 5. It is a means to an end, whether it's to start your business, whether it's to pay your bills, to keep food on your plate and clothes on your back and a roof over your head. You are there for a reason. So take your motivation and what people say lightly. If it's something to help your productivity, by all means, take a perspective of that. I'm going to look at this to see how I can improve as an employee, as an executive, as a manager, as an administrator. What can I do to improve my impact in this 9 to 5 and help my team succeed so that we can all keep our jobs, right? So think about that today. I really love the feedback. Ask for permission first. I like that, and I think that I'm going to incorporate that. I appreciate that, because sometimes it's a fine line between going to someone and sharing with them and being shut down or being accepted. And you don't want to be shut down. I think my opinions are valuable, and I respect the opinions of others. And I'm going to make sure that my perspective is in check when someone comes to me. And I'm going to do the honor of making sure my perspective is intact when I go to them. So, again, this has been Nisi Black. Thank you for joining me for the midweek motivation and mind check. I want you to stay positive, control your emotions, and stay productive. Don't let anyone steal your joy, and keep track of your goals, where you are at all times, right? If you are on Facebook, I welcome you to connect with me in our Facebook community, Align Your Life. That's alignyourlife.com, life with a Y, L-Y-F-E, so that you can stay up to date on scopes, tips, trainings, and connect with other like-minded individuals that are focused. We are going someplace, and we want you to come along, all right? So thank you for sharing, and I'll check with you a little bit later on today, see how everything's going with you. Have a great day.